surveying an endless blue, tranquil waves lapping at sandy shores. As we watch, it fades out and zooms into the bustle of a modern metropolis. Above the din of traffic and crowds, we see the stark white letters spelled out on a black background. Our journey today begins with understanding what microplastics are and how they've infiltrated our everyday lives. Microplastics, the invisible threat inside us. This includes the plastic films and containers that are used to wrap and store our food, many of which are not designed for recycling. The primary routes of exposure are inhalation, ingestion, and skin contact. Surprisingly, they've been found in almost every organ, including the brain. In a groundbreaking study conducted by the University of New Mexico, microplastics were discovered in 79% of the brain samples examined. Alarmingly, the study showed a 50% increase in concentrations of these particles in just 8 years.
Ow!
Organs like the liver and kidneys work tirelessly to filter and eliminate harmful substances. A recent study analyzed 351 seafood samples worldwide and found that 99% of them contained microplastics. Filter feeders like shrimp and oysters were the most contaminated, while fish higher up the food chain also showed significant levels of microplastic ingestion. Unlike the liver or kidneys, the brain doesn't have dedicated detoxifying mechanisms. Polyethylene, for instance, is used in bottles and plastic bags. While the health risks associated with these particles are still being investigated, it's clear that we must take proactive steps to reduce our exposure and protect our brains. Don't forget to subscribe for more science-based health insights. Together, we can make a difference. By understanding where microplastics come from, how they enter our bodies, and the potential risks they pose, we can make informed choices to minimize our exposure. Incorporating antioxidant-rich foods, staying hydrated, and exercising regularly can help support our body's natural detoxifying mechanisms. When it comes to the brain, reducing exposure and ensuring overall brain health are crucial. By making changes in our daily lives, such as minimizing single-use plastics, supporting stricter environmental regulations, and advocating for change, we can collectively make a significant impact. Remember, knowledge is the first step towards effective action. Let us use what we know to drive positive change and protect our health and the health of our planet. Polypropylene is commonly found in food containers. Polystyrene is used for foam cups and takeout boxes. PVC is used in pipes and cling wrap. PET, on the other hand, is widely used in water bottles. Being aware of these plastics and their properties can guide us towards safer alternatives and more responsible consumption habits. Therefore, reducing exposure to plastic particles is the most effective approach to prevent further accumulation in the brain. This can be achieved by minimizing the use of single-use plastics, recycling properly, and advocating for stricter environmental regulations. Additionally, supporting brain health through a balanced diet rich in omega-3 fatty acids, curcumin, and ensuring adequate sleep can help the brain function optimally and counteract the potential damage caused by microplastics. While research on the efficacy of specific detox methods for microplastics in the brain is still ongoing, the steps we can take to reduce exposure and support overall brain health are essential. These findings highlight the interconnectedness of our health with the health of our oceans and the potential risks associated with seafood consumption. The lymphatic system also plays a vital role in removing waste and toxins. There are several steps we can take to detox our brains naturally. Firstly, incorporating antioxidant-rich foods into our diet can help combat the oxidative stress caused by microplastics. Foods like berries, leafy green vegetables, and nuts are packed with antioxidants that can neutralize harmful free radicals. Staying adequately hydrated is another crucial step. Water helps the kidneys and liver, which are vital for filtering out toxins from the body. Regular exercise can also aid in detoxification by promoting lymphatic drainage and boosting circulation. Additionally, certain types of algae like chlorella and spirulina, as well as activated charcoal supplements, have been known to bind to toxins, including microplastics in the digestive system. It's important to consult a doctor before taking these supplements, as they can interact with certain medications. However, when it comes to microplastics, these natural detox mechanisms seem to be falling short. Microplastics are persistent and can remain in the body for extended periods, potentially overwhelming the body's detoxifying abilities. Airborne fibers can be inhaled and deposited in the lungs, while microplastics in food and water are ingested. Seafood consumption can also expose us to high levels of microplastics. Furthermore, direct contact with contaminated water during swimming or skincare products can lead to absorption through the skin. Then there's synthetic clothing fibers. These synthetic materials like polyester, nylon, and rayon release microfibers during washing, which eventually make their way into the environment. Next comes cosmetic microbeds. These tiny plastic particles are intentionally added to some personal care products to act as exfoliants. What kind of health risks do they pose? Microplastics have been linked to various health issues such as inflammation and oxidative stress, disrupted hormone function, and immune system dysfunction. Moreover, there's growing evidence suggesting a potential link between microplastic accumulation and dementia. The presence of these particles in blood vessels has raised concerns about cardiovascular risks, including stroke and heart attack. However, instead of being washed away, they end up polluting the environment. Published in the journal PNAS, the study found that over 50% of the plaques in clogged arteries contained microplastics. Shockingly, patients with plastic in their arteries were 4.5 times more likely to suffer a stroke or death. Additionally, industrial runoff also contributes to the microplastic pollution. Many industrial processes use plastic or generate plastic waste that isn't properly contained. Lastly, ocean pollution plays a significant role as discarded plastic ages and breaks down in the sun and seawater, forming microplastics. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving deep into a subject that's both unsettling and crucial to our health: the presence of plastic in our brains. Recent studies have revealed alarming statistics about the pervasiveness of microplastics in our bodies, including our brains. This has sparked a wave of concern among scientists and the general public alike. As we delve into this issue, we'll explore where these microplastics originate, how they infiltrate our bodies, their potential impact on our health, and critically the steps we can take to detoxify our brains. So let's start by addressing the elephant in the room. What exactly are microplastics? These are tiny plastic particles with a diameter of less than 5 millimeters, which can either be fragments that have resulted from the breakdown of larger plastic items or those that were manufactured on purpose, as in the case of microbeds found in cosmetics. But how do these particles find their way into our surroundings? Well, let's break it down. First and foremost, we have plastic packaging. With a better understanding of where these particles come from, let's now discuss how they enter our bodies. When microplastics enter our bodies, where do they accumulate? But why should we be concerned about microplastics in our brains? To illustrate the gravity of the situation, let us delve into a study that examined the association between microplastics in the arteries and adverse health outcomes. While these findings are disturbing, it's crucial to understand that the human body has remarkable detoxifying capabilities. One major contributor to the microplastic burden is the ocean, which serves as a vast reservoir for these particles. But are we doomed to be at the mercy of these pervasive plastic particles? Absolutely not. However, when it comes to removing microplastics from the brain specifically, things become more challenging. Furthermore, understanding the different types of plastics commonly found in household items can help us make informed choices to minimize our exposure. In conclusion, the presence of microplastics in 79% of human brains is a sobering reminder of the extent to which plastic pollution has permeated our lives. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video informative, please hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends and family.